I just can't believe it's been 11 weeks. So here's the thing. I decided to do this a little bit different because I want to have fun with this project. So I got some suggestions from people. And originally I was going to pick one, but instead I used the whole list, either thematically or directly used them in the poem. And here's the list really quick. So, yeah, this turned into a much more personal piece than I thought it'd be. And I hope you enjoy it. Again, thank you to everybody who has come along on this journey. I hope you keep coming up, showing up. I hope you show up for yourself. And yeah, take care. Enjoy. Boop. Andru piles ashes on the sidewalk. Spent cigarettes, flicked by the filter, soon forgotten. I watch, quiet as a nicotine rush sets in. All he ever talks about is other people. The things they said, the heart they broke, the audacity of lovers who find shelters in other arms, and we all hurt for love like him. We ingrates, to the glory of every breath we take validation from the highest bidder, treat love like it were just a pep talk, a back pat, a long hug away from salvation, like any of us were more sacred than the moments of silence we do not replace with a torrent of sound. A flood of lies we all tell ourselves like anyone ever understands themselves, perfect enough to absolve themselves from the pain they have caused. We must all choose to be broken. Old pan in the oven, we must all bend ourselves misshapen. It is never the heat that undoes us, never the pressure that breaks, the subtle cracks of steel that were made, molded by other hands. We all have fault lines hiding under all this forest, broken rubbles of future plans all laid at our feet like piles of ashes. Spent cigarettes. We flick love by the filter the moment it burns our fingertips, then blame the cigarettes for every nicotine kiss we took into our lungs. We speak this broken phrase called love, all patched together with hits of validation. Hannah said I loved you once, like a question. Those 3 words once dribbled off of her lips like saliva. Her Pavlov's heart bleeds for the ring of his call and response. Long after the love is gone, she waits for him. And she hates the silence that's fallen between us, and I have long since dissociated from this relationship. Am guilty of holding on, more hungry for the label than the relation, experimentation in drugs, the rush of validation from being loved. I ground her ashes into the sidewalk. A cigarette flipped from my fingertips. I never meant to be so callous. I was careless, a trait far too often found in the self-unexamined. I once gave her my hoodie after she begged me for my well-worn scent. And I can't imagine she keeps it in her closet. In this long silence fallen between us, I only hope she doesn't hold on to the memory that she's let it all go, or if she has it, that she only wears it for the pockets, the safe space I never gave her. We are all products of every moment we laid in our bedroom after the breakup, and the blame that we held on to, and the love we let go of, and all the replays of heartaches before we drift off into the unknown sleep. We are not made in a vacuum. We are the ashes of ancestors' cigarettes. Every bad lesson all piled up on the pavement we do or do not address. I see Andru grab the broom and sweep it all into the dustpan. Throws out the trash rather than let it stockpile in the kitchen another day longer. He opens the windows, lets the smoke drift out into the open air. He breathes cold breath for the first time in what feels like centuries, and I hear Hannah's found a love that better suits her. Not another me-flavored taste of emotional abuse I once gave her in silence. She finds love. Not like the story she read as a child, a love less like ownership, more like a partner, and I wish I could say I am a better man than the man I was, but it is not for me to determine. All I know is, these days I sit with silence far more often. Try to exchange my blame in for questions. I make a roadmap of healing to this trail of ashes, spent cigarettes I pick up and process. I will never be perfect. I know perfection is something none of us ever achieve, but I will grow. From fresh tilled dirt I have fed this processed past, no longer fallow as I wait for the rain and the storm comes. And I am ready. I have planted my seeds. I am good. I'm waiting to bloom.
you could be.